In this section of the guide we will download and install the Nasdanika Tool Suite, which includes Nasdanika Vinci. Open a web browser and navigate to nasdanika.org. Click on the Nasdanika Tool Suite for Windows JDK bundle. Select Download Location, and click Save. Once the download process completes, select Show in Folder. Right-click on the file and select Extract All. Select the folder where the extracted files shall be placed. The extracted files will be placed into Eclipse subfolder of the selected folder. Click Extract. Once the extraction completes, navigate to the Eclipse folder and launch eclipse.x. Change workspace location, if desired, and check Use this as the default and do not ask again. Then click Launch. Click on Workbench in the upper right. We are going to publish our site to GitHub pages. So, before we create a project, we shall create a GitHub repository where our model and generated site will be stored. If you are not planning to use GitHub pages for hosting your site, you can fast forward to the Create Project section. Go back to the web browser and navigate to github.com. Here we will create our repository in the Nasdanika organization. When you create your own repository, you can do it in your account. If you don't have an account, you'll need to sign up. It is free. Once you are in, create a new repository. We will add a license file, but you don't have to do it. Our new GitHub repository is ready, let's clone it to our machine. Click Clone or Download in the browser, and then the clipboard icon to copy the repository URL to the clipboard. Switch to Eclipse and open two Git views which we are going to use. Git repositories and Git staging. Open the Git repositories view and click on Clone a Git repository. Select Clone URI and click Next. Eclipse shall automatically insert the repository URI from the clipboard. If it doesn't, do it manually. Here credentials are pre-populated. You will have to enter your credentials when you connect to GitHub from Eclipse for the first time. Depending on how your account security is set up, you might have to create an access token in the web UI and use it as a password. Click Next, and finish. Now we have our repository cloned to the local machine. The next step is to create a modeling project which will contain the model and generated site. Right-click in the Model Explorer and select New, Modeling Project. Enter project name. Because we want our project to be published to GitHub, we have to change the project location to the directory where we cloned our repository. If you are not using GitHub for storing models and publishing, you may use the default location. Click Finish. Once a project is created, click the refresh icon in the Git staging view. Drag the project and the representation files from the Unstaged Changes to the Staged Changes box. Enter a commit message and click Commit and Push. Then click Close. Now let's go back to the web browser to make sure that our commit made it to the repository. Click Refresh, and there it is. The files we've just committed and the commit message next to them. Let's go back to Eclipse and create a model. Right-click on the project and select New, Other. Start typing Vinci. Select Vinci Model and click Next. Change the name of the model to Docs. It is needed for publishing to GitHub pages where Docs is a reserved name for a folder containing web content. Click Next. Select Action and click Next again. In this guide we will use Cerulean Dark template. Click Finish. Now we have a modeling project and a blank Vinci model in it. Commit the changes to the local repository, or commit and push to GitHub.